Hello. You're all gonna have to tell me how this is going, because I don't have a good way of monitoring this yet. Exactly, I haven't figured out a good way to do this, so I have a stream pulled up on my phone so that I can read chat if something happens. But hello, hi, I'm William. I'm the drummer for Glass Beach, and I'm just gonna be here chilling. So if anybody pops in, wants to just hang out, I'm reading the chat. Chat won't be on screen, but I am reading it. But hello. This is a new show that I'm doing, and it's basically just going to be chilling, listening to albums in their entirety, and I'm just going to be commenting on stuff that I like about it. I basically, this is because I want to share parts of the music and albums and stuff that I am interested in, that I want other people to take a look at. And specifically today, I'm going to be doing Alchemist Rats Beg Bashful remixes, which is the Glass Beach remix album that we released a little over a month ago. Hello, people in the chat. I should probably look at chat if I'm gonna. We got E Tortilla or E Tortilla. We got ABN Grunt, Koriyama Rinku, which, I mean, I think I'm allowed to just say John, right? I'm pretty sure. Looks to be going decent. Hello, solo make lol. So lol make lol, like LOL. Okay. City Lizard. Hey, City Lizard. Hi, everyone. Angel and I were in Oregon when it came out, and it was a nice experience. Let's go. Tam is here as well. All right, cool. So here's how things are gonna go. This is gonna end up being a VOD as well, because if people, for whatever reason, and in the future, like, it'll make more sense because I'm gonna try to get like, exclusive announcement. In a few weeks, I'm gonna have Harmony Woods on with me, and we're gonna be listening to her most recent record, Graceful Rage, together, and doing some commentary and stuff. So I want to, like, basically get insight into the music, like maybe thoughts that they have, things that they like about the record, things that they think are cool, maybe like some stories about how they recorded some stuff, and have that commentary all while we are listening to the entirety of the album. So that's like generally what I want to do with this stuff. And once a month at least, I also want to get like an album suggestion from like you all. So I don't suggest them to me now, but I'll figure out, like, if you follow me on Twitter at kwilliamwhite, then I'll maybe do like a Google form or something, and then or like a Google form, or get suggestions and do a poll or something. You know, I like polls. If you know me, I love polls. Drinking some Wawa. Got to hydrate over here. Cool. Well, the way that this is gonna work is I'm not gonna be playing the songs, like the album, live for all of you. So essentially what's going to happen is I will be pulling it up on my streaming like platform, which just happens to be Spotify, not a sponsor. That's how I listen to music. But I'm going to have that pulled up. I'll go to the screen actually right now to show you what it's going to look like. So here is listening. So this is the listening screen. Great. Yeah, so basically, I have it pulled up already, as you can see. And there we go. You'll see at the bottom of this screen, you can see like what track I'm listening to, and you can see how far into the track I am. I'm going to start at the beginning, and I'm just going to go all the way through, no stopping. So basically you'll have to like pull up your own streaming platform of choice or whatever, and we'll listen along that way. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 go when I go to play the album for the first time, and you'll basically just have to sync up with that. So if you do miss like when I start an album, just look at the bottom and you'll be able to see what song I'm on, where I am in the song, and then if you want to pick up where we are, you can basically just like try to hit play along with when it switches to the next song for me. So hopefully this will work out all right. I hope it goes okay for all of you. There's like a couple of things that I'm vaguely worried about as far as like, you know, space between songs and like the difference in streaming apps of choice between like using like Spotify, Apple Music, or if any of you are using Deezer or like Tidal, I don't know. Because I know Bandcamp doesn't. If you stream the album on Bandcamp, I know that it doesn't like go consecutively like one song into the next song. There's like usually like a little bit more of a silence between the songs. So hopefully this will be fine. Whatever. Do you have your Spotify connected to your Discord? Here's the reason. Here's the deal. I don't know how. I know there's like a Spotify party thing that you can do and like Spotify Discord. I want you to stream the albums. Today, I mean, it might seem a little greedy because I'm literally doing a Glass Beach album, but like when I do, I'm doing Dogleg. I'm gonna do Melee. I'm gonna do it because I love that album, and I'm gonna try to get Alex and Chase, and I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna try to get all of them, but if I can get Alex, that would be the go-to. But I want you all to like stream the albums, and I encourage you. Actually, let's go back to the talk screen here. I encourage you to buy the albums if you like them. I mean, you can start here. Here's the image. So, is this a funny bit? So, first we're gonna visit the band's website and Bandcamp. You will purchase the album and merch if you can, if you have the means or whatever, or you can do it after if you're not sure about taste and everything. So like if you are, money is not something that you have a lot of, and like maybe you want to make sure you really like it before you buy it. I understand, that's fine. But I do want to encourage you to purchase the music and maybe get some merch if you're really interested. Not today necessarily, like when we're doing other people's music and everything, you're welcome to buy our merch, but it's more of a something that I'm worried about for the other bands that I'm going to be covering. So with that said, I'm going to go into hold on, do it please. I missed the Dogleg streams, so it'd be great. Oh yeah, streaming Alchemist, Rats, Beg, Bashful, so that Glass Beach can afford a little treat. Thank you, Jose. Oh, wonderful, cool. Oh, we're gonna get started here pretty soon because this album is long. it's over an hour, and I'm not gonna go past 2 o'clock Pacific time. So we have about an hour and 40-ish minutes left of this stream, and the album is about like an hour and 6 minutes or something like that. So I'm going to get started soon, but I want to be able to talk to all of you at the beginning of each stream, and I want to be able to talk to all of you at the end of each stream. Sometimes, honestly, the stream where I do Melee, I might do Melee and also some other stuff with Dogleg if I can get them on. Maybe even listen to like one other album that they like recommend if it's short, because Melee's pretty short. It's like 36 minutes or something, or maybe it's like 42 minutes. I don't know, but it's not very long, and so I could probably get away with 9 minutes, an hour and 9 minutes. Oh, the album's an hour and 9 minutes. I gotta get my stuff together here. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a little browsing. I've got our stuff pulled up already, and everything prepared for that. When I finish doing that, showing off some other stuff for the artists, I'll be going through their Bandcamp generally. Then we're gonna open the streaming service, wait for the 3, 2, 1 go, and hit play on go to sync with me, and then !listen in the chat. If I did it correctly, !listen in the chat should pull up a link to our Bandcamp. Or whatever band's Bandcamp that I'm covering that day. with this album particularly, because it's like a cover and remix album featuring 19 artists that are not us, I would absolutely encourage you to go and support those other artists as well. I've made like huge threads about this on our Twitter, and like I posted about it on our Instagram and everything, and especially like when we were first releasing this remix album. But they really did incredible work, and I love all of the artists that contributed to this. So it would mean a lot to me if like don't only just support them because of what they did on our album here, but because individually they all make pretty incredible music. So and I hope to feature some of their stuff. I know for sure. I mean, one of my favorite remixes on the album that streaming wise is getting like the least love just about is Namdi's remix of Orchids. I can't wait to get to that one because I love so much what he did with that. And at some point, I would love to have him on because I super want to go through Brat, and I would love doing like Black Plight and also Crazy Carl. I would honestly do Namdi's entire discography because even like Drool and stuff, I love everything that Namdi does. So that would be cool. Yes. Love the number of Seattle artists on it. Yeah, I think that's because Jay and Dax have a lot of friends from Seattle. And they're all like really good musicians too. The G-Wiz remix makes me feel like I'm 12 to 14 again. It does. It really does. Okay. All right, everyone. We're getting to the point where I'm going to do a little browsing. So let's take this. Let's give me back my chest. And we'll go to some web browsing. Oh, I have this the Stream Deck stuff up. Hilarious. Hilarious. Okay. One thing at a time here. One thing at a time. Let me get... dun, 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 dun. I mean, I guess I could do it now. Yeah, let's move now. Maybe my web browsing will work now. Yay! Okay, so let's web browse. You can see all the stuff I've been searching for. These over-toes exercises, that kind of stuff. I don't remember doing this. I'm playing a dangerous game with my search history here. It's actually fine. Let's see here. The Bandcamp. No. Glass Beach. I can't do this. I can't do this with one hand. You'll have to bear with me, everyone here. I'm going to go back to the listening screen for a second. Or the talking screen. And it's glassbeach.bandcamp.com, correct? It certainly is. Okay, I've done it. Back to browsing, everyone. Do you like me in the little circle? I like me in the little circle, personally. All right. So here's our Bandcamp. This is generally what I'm going to be doing for... They want me to verify my email. Funny. Feel free to send an email to that email. It's my burner. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, please. Okay, so this is the one that we're going to be listening to. Alchemist, Raspberry, Bashful. I mean, if you're a fan of us, you're probably... We have this cover, Beach Life and Death, that we did. It was the first patron requested cover, which... Oh no! What has happened? Alright, well, there's supposed to be a patron counter down at the bottom. I'm learning. I'm living and I'm learning. And that's really all anyone can ask for. But this is what we have on our Bandcamp right now. We have our Live at Minecraft set that we did for the Avenue Collective. That was the first one. We did a second set. We've been talking about putting like the live stream sets online, so we'll probably be doing those at some point or whatever. But for right now, let me go to this. So we got this. Alchemist, Rats Bag, Bashful. Yeah. And there it is. All of these tracks. All of these tracks. That's what we're going to listen to. I'm going to start that up. Yeah, I'm in a little circle. Hey, Aesthetic. Hi, Goochmach. Goochmach is also here, living on the edge of tomorrow. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, the Patreon square is reflecting the browser. I shifted that before the stream, but I guess it didn't save. So that's okay. I won't be on this screen for long. In fact, I think it's time for me to go to Spotify and to start listening. So let's go to the listening screen. Okay. As I stated previously, today we're going to be listening to Alchemist Rats Beg Bashful remixes. I'm going to go to my Spotify, not sponsored, and in fact, I mean, use whatever streaming platform you have. If you listen to it on Bandcamp, just know that it likely will take a couple seconds longer between songs, and so that might get you out of sync with me. But again, the intention here is that I'm going to be talking about stuff that I like. I want to showcase some of the songs that I think maybe don't get as much love as some of the other ones, and then give some more love to the ones that already get some love, because I love everything that everybody did on this, and I'm very excited to show it off a little bit. And generally, other weeks, I'll be doing similar stuff, but for other people's music, not ours. In fact, this should be the only time I'm going to be doing one of our albums for a while, if at all. I mean, like, we might have a listening party if, like, way off in the distance when we release our second album. Again, way off in the distance, so... Let's get a little bit of that wah-wah. Hello, Rat Castle! And if everybody's prepared, the last thing I'm going to say, again, exclamation point listen. The little alien cuttlefish is telling you so. I'm pointing in the wrong corner. Boom. Hold on. Right here. Yeah. So exclamation point listen in the chat will just bring you to the whatever band I'm covering that week. It's going to bring you to their Bandcamp. So again, you know, if you are so inclined, if you have the means and you like what you hear today or that kind of stuff, you can purchase the album. You can get some merch, whatever. If you're in the UK, Run for Cover has a UK store, just so you know. Because, I mean, the amount of people who, like, will DM us or, like, tweet, like, being like, oh no, I can't get a record because the shipping costs more than the record itself, and they're in the UK, and then I go like, hey, you know, Run for Cover has a UK store, and then they're like, oh my god. So just know that that's a thing, and I will continue forward. Okay, all right, one more time, getting some wah-wah. Also, I made this mug. I'm very proud of it. I made it in college. I did a lot of ceramics and pottery, but I made it because, like, I like having huge mugs, because I like drinking a lot of, like, water or milk or what have you. Okie dokie. I've got rules over there. You know what's happening. Listening to music. No negativity, no criticism, constructive or otherwise. We're not here. I mean, this stuff is already out. We're not here to be like, wow, you should have boosted the mids or whatever. There are settings for that kind of a thing, but really, like, I don't want, I mean, the artists who did this stuff to show up and just see a bunch of people, like, criticizing their work. Like, I just want, you know, if you kind of the mentality of, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. That sort of thing. We'll keep that, the mentality of the chat. I know that I'm going to be just gushing over this stuff. That's not to say that, like, internally, I mean, not for this, but, like, I'm capable, and I think that, like, art criticism is important, but this is not what we're attempting to do here. So yes, no criticism, constructive or otherwise, and check out the bands yourself. Just vibe. Are you ready to vibe? Let's do it. I've gotten us to, it's 12:30. We should be able to finish this album with just enough time to have a little bit of a chat after it's done, if everybody wants to stick around and talk. But I think that would that means that it's time for me to do my Spotifying. I need to go to the talk screen, I think, because if I try to do this, things are gonna get weird. You know what? Here, I'll do it anyway. Things are gonna get wonky for a second. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay. That was probably very strange. All right. Again, I'm gonna do. This is not the countdown, but I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1, go, and on go, hit play with me. That's what we're gonna do. Are we all ready? Okay. I'll be live the whole time, like just talking and looking at chat and stuff. But we're starting with Jiraiya Dies and Goes to Hell by Jiraiya. And we are going straight through the entire album. All right. Alchemist Rats Beg Bashful remixes by Glass Beach and various artists. 3, 2, 1, go. Right out the gate here, I want to say I believe Cole was the one who did almost positively the drum fills at the beginning. Very envious it makes me. Also, if you're listening to this part on headphones, Jiraiya's lead vocal is panned entirely to the left. It's so weird. They do that kind of stuff all the time. I love it. We're all listening. We're all listening. You got your volumes balanced? That run right there will knock. So good. Also, this halftime here. You left me paralyzed. Love that too. I mean, if you know Jiraiya for anything, it's theatrics and harmony. Vocal layering. Also, this keyboard solo in here. Picking it up. I want to say, when people do like covers of songs, I generally am like, as a personal taste thing, am not super fond of like a lot of melody changes. This cover does such a good job of like changing like rhythmically and vocally like just enough that it's still extremely recognizably the song, but not like to the point where I'm like, well, if you're going to change it that much, why didn't you just like write your own song? That kind of thing. Confirming how well the sync is based on my rhythmic head movements. That's funny. Oh, this right here? Yeah. That's my partner's favorite part of this song. Take my delicious music. Delicious music indeed. Can I get some na-na-nas in the chat? Discord. Okay. It's great transition. Give it up for Jonas Newhouse, everyone, who basically like made the track list for this. It was pretty painstaking. Like we really wanted this to flow. Like even though everybody's stuff is like extremely different, we wanted it to flow as well as it possibly could. I mean, flow is very important to us. Track lists are very important to us. If you have heard the First Glass Beach album, that I hope that's apparent. This is the Fantasy Love Rat Castle Fantasy Love Dream Mix. Fantasy Love, electronic artist. What? Gave me an electronic drum kit, so that I could use it during the pandemic. Just had one laying around. I love this little. Some people got 3 seconds ahead. Sorry, there must have been a little bit of a pause on my Spotify or something. You just got faster internet, probably. Everyone's dancing. We dancing. Ooh, Carrying Lizard in the chat. Carrying Lizard, City Lizard. Ugh. This is like ear candy. That's how I feel about this remix. Yeah. Hell yeah. This is the Forever Wow OK remix from Wow OK, which is A Holiday Kiss and Left at London, this super project of the two of theirs. So good. They're releasing some new music soon, and it's very good. So I think this would be the first example of a song on this remix album that is like basically fundamentally just a new song, and I love it. So what's the use? So what's the use? Doesn't feel the same. It's so good. The melody and the lyrics of this are so catchy. It's like what a gift that Wow OK gave us this as their first release. Amazing. That little lead in the background. And apparently there are Glass Beach samples in like 95% of this song. And even though it's the Forever, like based on Forever, there's also a section of Soft in here. the verses come down so perfectly. Like it just like it brings it down just enough. Also, Nat has like an unbelievable voice. Na 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 na. Just need your attention and a couple other things I cannot bear to mention. That synth, for some reason, reminds me of the live-action Scooby-Doo movie. Anyone else feeling that? The first one? Written by James Gunn? That one? And we're about to get to Robin's part. I love those drums. Like they're just so dirty. So good. Oh, it's so good. What is with me and Scooby-Doo? I don't know. I really like the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie. Yeah, Celio. Hi, I don't think I said hi to you when you were coming in. One of the best parts. And now we've got the Blood Rivers remix from Backwash. Backwash actually like went back and forth quite a bit on what she wanted to do for us. Well, knew pretty much immediately that she wanted to do Blood Rivers in some regard, but didn't know exactly like what to do with it. And she basically was just like, I'm gonna do something real weird. And this is what we got. It's so good. It's one of the only like I think one of the only like purely very instrumental tracks like remaining instrumental that ended up on this remix album. So it's really it's cool to have those like interludes still. Yeah, some people in the chat are saying the end of this remix scares them in a satisfying way. I can agree with that. Isn't that chord coming in there? Yeah, a little unsettling, but great. Now we have Dallas Jackson from Online Cowboy Billionaire mix. Jackson from Online, who I know has stated on Twitter and stuff that this was like a drum bass, like electronic remix thing. If you're not listening to this like with headphones or something, you're gonna get like half the song because the bass on this one is deep. It's bass. Also, these like kind of like break beats throughout this. It's so funny, even with these headphones on, I'm barely getting the sub because there's a sub bass on this that is so deep. Drummond Beach. I think this song, maybe more than any of the other songs on the remix album, like maybe. Well, I don't know. I mean, this and the Blood Rivers like Only Tom remix to me feel like they would be right at home at like an outdoor festival kind of thing. Ooh. And I'm just going to take a second to remind everyone exclamation point listen, like the little cuttlefish alien is telling you. Will bring you to our Bandcamp. You can purchase the album or you can use it to check out other music of ours. And generally, when I cover other artists, I'll be doing the same thing for them. So come back and check those out too. This echo, the delay here, is so effective. You're expecting the bass like right on the one there, and it comes in a little bit late. Boom. I love this part. Yeah. Here it is. That fucking like siren thing. Pew! Oh. Celio says I'm going to purchase the album soon. Hell yeah. Thank you. Can someone remind me how long the original Dallas, like the Glass Beach Dallas, is? Because there's a lot of like fluctuating stuff, fluctuating like times on these songs, and I think like really funny like ways, because there's so many tracks. There's 18 tracks on this. There's 15 on our album, but they end up being pretty close to the same length. And some people, I mean, a lot of them are extended. Honestly, a lot of people extended their version, so I like wonder where the time is like being made up. Ooh, that was a nice little stereo pan at the end there. Ooh. Original Dallas is 701. They're almost the same length. That's funny. Oh, this, if you can't hear this part at the beginning, it's like, what's her name? Oh, Classic J. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh shit, dude. No, I fucking love the Insane Clown Posse. Floral Tattoo sent us that audio file and was like, "Can we put this horrible joke at the beginning of our remix album, like, or of our cover?" They're like, "We want to do it. Tell us if it's too silly," and we were like, "That's fine. You can do whatever you want." This has so much space. Is William using their mirrorless to stream? I love seeing William in focal length. LMAO. I don't actually have a mirrorless, but I'm using my DSLR. Oh, that little back on the snare there. But I'm using my DSLR with a 35 millimeter lens at a 1.8 aperture, so it's pretty open, giving me a little bit of a shallow depth of field. I love the toms in that section. Yeah, so Tam says, I'm happy. I'm so happy there's like multiple remixes of the same tracks. We get more music. Woohoo, yeah. Yeah, actually, the way that we went about this is like, we just had a bunch of artists that we knew we wanted to reach out to, and we reached out to like we reached out to like 22 different artists, and 18 of them ended up being able to do it, and we didn't want to say no to anyone because we were like, I mean, we were ready to have honestly, we were ready to have like an album with like 22 artists on it. But we then like made a bunch of like Google Forms and spreadsheets and stuff, told people to give us their like first, second, third, like rank the songs in order of like how they would want to do them, tried to like get as many differences. We wanted to get, I'm gonna be quiet for a second. I'm gonna be quiet. This ending, I love the little drum machine in the background here. when they go into like the bigger louder version and they go into like an actual beat, it's like when the da 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 da. I love that part so much. I think they crushed this. It's so cool to hear the different versions of Neon Glow. Did I say this was Floral Tattoo? I think I forgot to at the beginning. Neon Glow Floral Tattoo version by Floral Tattoo. When the palms fall. I love the vocals. I love Floral Tattoo's vocals. It's just so passionate. It's there. Here we go. I believe this is where the drum beat comes in. I love that switch up. Anyway, spreadsheets, Google Forms, all sorts of stuff to make sure we got the most variety. And we knew we wanted to try and get every song on the album like covered or remixed, but we were ready for it not to happen. But we were able to work with everyone. Most people got their first choice, honestly, and some people didn't really mind which one they got. This one is Yoshi's Island World 7x7 Mix by Clover and Sea Life. So this was one of the singles released, actually. Oh, this one's so good. That's so catchy. So independently catchy. I love that part so much. I'll never get tired of that. I'm never gonna understand. I'm never gonna understand. Never gonna understand. I'm everything you understand. There's mileage. There's mileage out of the samples that Jammy decided to use for this. Yeah, Tam says, yeah, this one is so catchy. John says, Classic John says it's infectious. I mean, it really is. Yeah, it was so great to have Clover and Sea Life on this, actually, because like Jammy's an old friend of Jay's and Dax's, and I mean, Jammy was in Glass Beach for like a month or two. A long time ago, but then she moved to Seattle. So it goes. But Clover and Sea Life is all this good. Clover and Sea Life is all this good. And actually, a story that Jay has told us is that Jammy actually like helped a lot with the original Yoshi's Island, because Jay was having trouble figuring out how they wanted to sequence the structure and what like tone they were trying to make with the song, and Jammy just like helped point them in a direction, kind of like having demos sent back and forth, and yeah, so it's kind of amazing and truly wonderful to have Jammy be the one to remix this song. Very, very full circle moment. It's great. Tam, I saw that same thing, but I don't know how forward people are with that kind of information. So I'm not going to say it live on stream, but if other people want to see in the chat, that's fine. I'm just not sure. That was great. This one is Calico Emo Rocksteady cover by Scottoon Network. The backyard. Love the slight melody change on this. I watched Jeremy record bass for this live on stream. Calico, don't go. Here it is. Could this be better? I don't think so. And having the horns do this part, all of us love it. All of us love it. Jeremy, you're amazing. Again, I want to say check out all of these artists. Support all of these artists. Check out Scottoon's YouTube, Patreon. Go support Clover and Sea Life, Floral Tattoo, Jackson from Online, Backwash, Wow OK, Fantasy Love, and Drya, all of them. Keep it going for everyone. This one is Planetarium by Shelfie. This one was another one that was... there were two songs that I was worried were not going to get done for this album. One was Rat Castle and the other one was Planetarium. Rat Castle because I feel like that's one of like the overlooked songs off of the first record. And Planetarium because it's hard. Because it's just in a weird time signature. And there's like a lot of hard changes and stuff. It's also the most like... I think it's kind of different than a lot of the music that's on the first album. And it was the one that was, I think, mostly done by Jay. Without like really bringing it into a band practice setting and stuff. But I just love Shelfie's guitar work and like arrangement style. This almost didn't make it on the album. Just because Shelfie was going back and forth with me for quite a while about how they wanted to arrange the song and like play it and everything, and didn't know if it was exactly what they had wanted it to be. And we talked it out. I was in love with like every version, so I was like, oh my god, this has to be on the album. And finally they got it to a point where we were all happy, and it was great. I'm so thankful for this being on the album. And now we have Glass Beach ornamental version, Twinkle Park. This goes so hard. I have a funny story about this one. So the people that were picking the harder songs to do, we were trying to give everyone like chords and like tabs and sheet music and stuff as much as we could. And Hazel was like, pick this song immediately. And was like, hey, can I get the chords for this? And I was like, yeah, I'll talk to Jay. And it was like maybe later the same day. Can I say I love the cut? Like the restructuring of the song that Hazel did. But anyway, it was later that day, and Hazel was just like, never mind, I figured it out. So we did not supply Hazel with any chords or anything. This part's so good. This version is nonstop. It really is. That surf rock beat, surf rock. Ba ba ga. Yeah. A gesture of the original guitar solo and then do something with it on your own. I love it. Ah. This auxiliary percussion here is so good too. Those church bells. Hand claps. Heather Kirk. William, please say stuff so I know my headphones are working. I'm saying stuff. Yes, yes, Jose. The way they sang this part. Yes, yes. Support Hazel, Twinkle Park, all the stuff she has going on. She's also got a YouTube channel that does video essays about queer stuff and anime. The restructuring is just so good. It's just good. And now we have our other single that we released is Bathroom Community by Pink Shift, which I'm assuming they call it that because they recorded it in a bathroom, like vocals probably. They tend to do that sometimes. That comes in so hard. It's so good. If you're not on the Pink Shift train, you're missing out. They just released an EP. It's so good. Mastered by Will Yip. You hear that flute? Listen for the flute. These vocal harmonies. So good. Myron is such a good drummer. So good. Paul, I mean, they're all so good. Like Eric, a great bass player, and Paul is such a good guitarist. Ashrita is like also an incredible vocalist, and they all show off on this song. It's amazing. It's so good, Paul. It's so good. And then Eric here with this solo. It's different, but it's so good. Ah! Ah! It's so fun! That would be okay. Okay! Little dance beat here. There's the flute again. When they were picking their song, they asked for my input, and I told them cold weather if they wanted something like kind of shorter and easier. And then I told them because Bedroom Community is one of the ones we had left. And I was like, although you could really rock Bedroom Community, and there's like another one, and I was like, but Bedroom Community is like way longer and way more complicated. And Shrita got back to me and was like, we'll do Bedroom Community. I've been looking for a reason to play my flute, which was very funny. Her vocals on this are so good. This too. This part. How they're like all trading fours. I love this kind of stuff. Like trading solos. Jazz shift. Jazz shift. Says Tam. Still sounds like a Christmas song. I love it. That's right. That's right, John. It does. I believe someone in the background here is just genuinely screaming. Yeah. Yeah. Also, this little guitar lead outro, so good. Love it. Taking us a little tonally in a different direction. Wow. Is how wait. Bone Skull. Barty Strange remix by Barty Strange. I don't want to spoil where this one goes if you haven't heard it, but I love this. I did want to say on the Pink Shift song, the Bathroom Community, I had meant to say they go into halftime at one point, and where we didn't on the song, and I love that they did it, and I was like, oh, that's so good. That's all. I'm always making a list of the people. Bone Skull is like one of my favorite songs on the first album that I think doesn't get enough love. So it's like cool to hear Bartice's version of this. You know. This part to me feels like Blade Runner. It feels like a little bit like what is it, New Abnormal or whatever. It reminds me of some of the stuff the Strokes were doing on their latest record too. Especially At the Door, you know. Strange Pilled. Cheapers. The guitar comes in here. Gives you a little bit of what's to come. Oh! Do you feel the funk? It's... And that little lead guitar that riffs up. Oh my gosh. All right, now we got Rat Castle, Skylar Spence remix from Skylar Spence. We had the Fantasy Love remix at the beginning. Now we've got Skylar Spence is coming in. And you know what? You could barely tell that they both even remix the same song. So it just shows the diversity that you can get out of like people, I mean different artists. It's yeah. So great. Skylar Spence was actually one of the first people to ever, support us as a band. So when we were putting this remix album together, we knew like absolutely he had to be on it. And when I say like one of the first people, aside from our personal friends, but one of the people who like found us and like, before we signed to Run for Cover, before anybody really cared about us, it was Los Campesinos and Skylar Spence. And then, this part is amazing. It's incredible. And I believe this has the yeah woo in it at the end. Here we go. You hear it? Oh, so good. So good. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. This one is Lost by Dre Dupree. Wonderful friend of ours. I love the switch up of the flow on this part. Making everything about myself. I like this sample. It's so unorthodox. It's so cool. Switch up. Hell yeah. The song is now in regular rotation when I draw. Yeah, drawing song. Yeah, he produced, engineered, mixed, tracked it, all that stuff himself. Please support Dre Dupree. Here we go. Oh god. This one is cold weather. G Wiz, 180 miles per hour on the 405 remix from G Wiz. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. This, it's like an amen break almost. Love this. Oh, just keeps going up. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, if we want to talk about versions and stuff on this album that are like nonstop, that one is absolutely top tier. And then again, you know what? Let's give it up for Jonas Newhouse again here for the track listing. Let's give it up. We're climbing and climbing and climbing, we're going, and then that G Wiz remix just kicks your ass. And you get to the end of it and you're like, oh my ass, it's been kicked. And what do? You take a little seat. You take a lay down. And you relax with the Blood Rivers Only Tom remix from Only Tom. This remix has these nice little like synth leads that kind of go throughout that like counter each other that are just so, I find them extremely calming. I like it a lot. Oh, G Wiz is here. I didn't even notice. I'm sorry. Hey. Oh. That's what I get for not having the chat right in front of me. Yeah, this version is calming, but still like pretty intense. Yeah, there's a lot of tension in like some of these sections. It feels like it's always anticipating something. You know? Dum, 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 dum. Now compare this to the Backwash Blood Rivers remix. Isn't that just a perfect summation of how different artists can make the same like sample, the same song? It's amazing. I love it. And this is the one I was saying earlier. Also gave me outdoor festival vibes, just like the Dallas like Jackson from Online Cowboy Billionaire remix. I disabled the treat reward because I'm not Jonas and Markle isn't my dog. I'm sorry. I also disabled the voice mod and the lighting change because I don't have those things. I'm sorry. Oh, Angel has to leave. I have to leave now. This is fun. Listening party with Williams, a dream I didn't know I had. Oh, we do live together, but if I'm being honest, it's just me not wanting to keep up with all the channel point stuff. Because, yeah, you know what? I suppose if Jonas was watching, they could give a treat to Markle. Maybe in the future. But I just like having stream up and vibing, you know? Channel points and all that stuff, it's a lot to keep track of. I leave that to Lane and Jonas. But thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm sorry. And also bye, Angel. I don't know if you left already, but thanks for being here. Why highlight that? You don't have 0 brain cells. It's all good. Just vibe. Hell yeah. Saturn Wolf highlighted the cool rat emote. Good a time as any to thank Madeline, Space Terrier, for all of our like the emotes of the band members and the emotes of Cool Rat, and like the Cool Rat hat, which I am wearing backwards right now. Thank you for that, and like the merch designs. Here we go. Okay, this is Orchids Reimagined by Namdi. This one goes so far away. It's incredible. I love this one so much. Listen to this. Everyone was down below, breathing in the fumes. One day we'll meet up on the moon, and then we'll be okay. The city streets at night, and the starlight we fell out. We're still here. Can you hear me? It's such a good melody, and the harmony, like the harmonizing on it, is. It's so weird. It's so good. Cuttlefish core. Sounds like alien music and it slaps. Yes. Yes. So weird in the best way. Oh, this is so good. The climax, the end of the song is so good. That like like coming to that chord at the end there, that closure, so good. Okay, this is the last track on the album, Neon Glow by Dogleg. Alex gave the greatest vocal performance I've ever heard on this. I'll say it. Also, this drum solo part, the little fill. What? This song is so huge and chunky. Jacob's amazing. Just amazing. Son, how do you sing like that? Oh my god! I never heard that before. Yeah, when we were working on the track list for this, we thought it would be cool to have it open and close with the same songs. So Dryad Dies and Goes to Hell. I mean, it's a great opener, but also we wanted to keep that, and we did something similar with Orchids by Namdi, but it didn't feel like the finisher. And when we heard Neon Glow by Dogleg and what they do with this ending here, we knew as soon as we heard it, we knew that this was the last song on this album. So we kind of give like, if you were like noticing that we had the classic Jade Dies and Goes Hell Part 1 adjacent one at the top, maybe you would think that Orchids Reimagine was like a false, it's a false ending. Yeah, basically. And then, oh, here we go. Huh. This scream is impossible. Listen to this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening. Whoop, boop, boop, boop. Oh, thank you so much. We did it. This is the first one, and we've done it. Yo, we did it. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, overzealous. Hey, Austin. Yeah, Quentron, this rendition just blows my mind every time. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. I hope you had a good time. We're going to chat a little bit, and then I'm going to close out. So I'm going to go back to my chat window here. We're just talking. Howdy. Just talking over here. Cool. Well, cat party time. We did it, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Can't wait for the second cover album. Thanks, Austin. Yeah, we have to release the second album first. I know that's the joke. That's the bit. So fun. This was really fun. I like this a lot. And it'll be like an added stress level to have like a guest on to talk about their own album and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be nice. I'll do some tests with like Jonas or something beforehand to make sure that I got it figured out. Yeah, but we got 15 minutes here still. That's it. I'm gonna go back through here. You know what? Check out Jiraiya, Fantasy Love, Wow OK, Backwash, Jackson from Online, Floral Tattoo, Clover and Sea Life, Scottoon Network, Shelfie, Twinkle Park, Pink Shift, Bartice Strange, Skylar Spence, Dre Dupree, G-Wiz, Only Tom, Namdi, and Dogleg. It would mean so much to me if you would support them, and if you liked anything that they did with our songs, I promise you that there's much, much more of that on their own, like Bandcamps and SoundClouds and stuff. So if they have merch and you like what they're doing and you have the means, please purchase their merch. If they have Patreons, like I know Scottoon Network does, I'm sure other bands on here also have Patreons, but go and like support them on Patreon. I mean, we have a Patreon. You can support us on Patreon. It's like right. Well, it's not on this screen, but it is on a screen. Patreon.com/glassbeachband. That would be wonderful. That would mean a lot to us as well. Yeah, I just want all of you to, find these artists because I love them all so much. And putting this remix album together was a lot of work, and in other ways it was also very easy because I had so many peers and so many other artists that I loved and so many friends that are incredible artists of ours, friends of ours, that we knew all the people we wanted to reach out to, and we're just like so fortunate that pretty much everyone we reached out to, I mean almost everyone we reached out to wanted to do it. It was just whether or not, like, we had a couple of people who just couldn't, and then like I think just two people total didn't even get back to us, and it's probably because they just didn't see the messages, because like the way that we reach out to some people is like through Twitter DMs and stuff. But yeah, check them all out, support them, purchase things if you can. At the very least, here's what you got to do. How many people are still in here? Okay, we got 21 viewers. One of those is me and one of those is Jonas. I don't know if anybody, but here's the deal. You don't know this, but following people on Spotify is very helpful. And if you're not doing it, you should. And it's also cool. It's good for your Spotify or whatever, or on Apple Music. I don't know if you can follow people on Apple Music, but like streaming platform of choice, go in there, find these artists, like artists you love, but go to these artist pages and follow them, put their music in your playlists. The biggest help, like financially, but also like for getting artists out there, I'm going to tell you, it's following them and putting their music in playlists. Put their music in your playlists. Put our music in your playlists. But like, that is where they get noticed. That is where they get the most like streams and everything. I mean, like with the abysmal amount that like streaming kind of does for artists, it would be very nice to like see a boost in all 18 of these artists' numbers. And I mean, yeah, they're all incredible, and it would mean a lot to me and the rest of Glass Beach and everything. So yeah. How were the animals on the cover decided? I almost missed that. That's a great question. So the animals on the cover, when we were doing it here, let me bring up the album cover. Actually, let me go to my browsing window. Let's see if I have it up. Web browsing. Here we go. I'm going to be a little circle now. So let's look at this album cover here. Let me see if that worked. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So we knew we wanted it to be like reminiscent of the first album, like basically like seeing the beach from a different what it was the first album is looking out over like that ocean over the water, and for the remix we wanted it to be like from the water looking into the land. So this is like basically just another section of that beach that the cuttlefish is on from the first album. And the way the animals were decided was just like our artist Dax, who also did the first album and is basically like the fifth member of Glass Beach, because he does like all of the artwork and stuff for us and everything. He just had an idea and like ran with it, and the idea was that there are all of these creatures. Like, I mean, like we got the lizard right here, and we got these spiders. We have the skull. We got a rat, little porcupine, a doggo. What is this? What bird is this? A little monkey back here, but some monkeys up in the trees. This jaguar. I'm giving away that I don't know animals very well, I guess. But anyway, like all this stuff, the animals themselves, like Dax just decided, like liked to draw them, wanted to draw them, that kind of thing. But we knew we wanted enough so that basically you could assign us every artist slash band like on the remix album an animal. So there should be like 18 creatures, and I believe there's these little frogs in the pond too, and this dolphin, I believe, or a seal, or it's a dolphin. Looks like a dolphin to me. Do dolphins have fins though? Oh no, they do. Is this a seal? Well, they're aliens. We had an alien cuttlefish on the first one, but I believe the bone skull here is also included. But they're spider, rat, yeah, all that stuff. So you can like basically just be like, hey, this one's Namdi and this one's Gee Whiz and like that kind of stuff. The animals specifically were just like what Dax wanted to draw. There wasn't like we weren't like, we need to do this one and do this one. Everything. Should we name the alien planet? You know what? There's we named the cuttlefish actually finally, because we were watching a show. I can't remember. It's so funny. I can't remember what it was. Maybe Jonas will. I remember it was like Latin for sepia or something like that. I don't know. Like Caring Lizard says, love the lizard especially. Wow. Austin says sea doggo. Could this universe be named called Dax? Just the Dax universe? An animal per band, yeah. Give that little rat spaghetti. Speaking of which, if y'all didn't see, like we retweeted something recently, but Jay let an animator reached out and wanted to use spaghetti to a rat for a video, and Jay was like, yeah, of course. And so that video just came out yesterday, but we like retweeted it, and oh gosh, who did it? Jonas, if you're still watching, can you, I don't know if this is too much for you, but can you grab it and link it in the chat? It's basically they did like an animated music video to Spaghetti to a Rat, just based on an idea that they had, and it's amazing. And it has like 13,000 likes on Twitter, which is incredible. Yeah, the Daxiverse, the Daxverse. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my little talk screen here. Okay. Well, thank you. I haven't quite decided what I want to do next week yet, because I haven't like confirmed with any bands, for example. So it might be another like solo kind of thing. And I have a lot of albums that I want to share, that I love, and that I want to go over. So it won't be difficult. I won't be like, or maybe, I don't know if I would do it that quickly. Oh, Tam linked it. Thank you. Yeah, but my plan is to do this every Saturday now. So every Saturday at noon Pacific time, I'll be taking 2 hours to listen to albums, maybe, depending on how short they are, or like EPs or stuff. And hopefully be having like more artists on to listen along to their own albums and discuss them with me and that kind of thing, to basically have commentaries. I'm going to take the VOD from this and I'm going to put it on the Second Glass Beach YouTube channel. and that's where like a lot of our VODs go. That's where all of our VODs go for our Twitch streams. So if you ever, for some reason, want my commentary, if you listen along to this album, you can sync it back up again and just watch it on there. So, and that's where I'll be putting the interviews and stuff that I do with the other artists as well, like with their permission, of course, and everything. Yeah. So next Saturday, I'll be doing this again. I'll see you all then. I'm going to wrap up here. Any last words? I could do this record again next week. Yeah, you're right, Austin. Yeah, react to my reaction. Yeah, I'll just watch me listening to the album. A lot of great ideas over here in the chat. A lot of great ideas. Cool. Yeah. The vibe expectations were met. Thank you, Jose. It means a lot. Thanks to stream. Pog Beach. It was very fun, very cool. Hell yeah. I'll mark this as a success. This was very fun. I'm going to try to raid someone, but I don't know how to do that. So if you want to stick around for the raid, it'll also be very chill or something. I don't know who I'm going to raid, though. I don't know. But I'm going to try, so if you stick around and do that, whatever. But I think I'm going to close out then. So check this out on YouTube if you want to. Come back next Saturday where I'll think of whatever album. I mean, like, because everything in me wants to do Melee next, but I don't know if I can secure Dogleg in a week. And that sounds very stressful to me. So I don't know. But for sure, I've got Harmony Woods in a couple of weeks. I want to get Pink Shift on to listen to their EP. I mean, maybe I could get them by next week. I don't know. It's kind of hard to secure things with like bands and stuff. With people in general. Who am I kidding? Oh well. I'll put some thought into it. I'll check it out and I'll get back to all of you. Oh, I would also love to have Rat Boys on to talk about their most recent album, Happy Birthday or whatever. So good. So much music. Okay, I'll end the stream now. I'm going to go to the end card, and then I'm going to try and raid somebody. So, Jonas, if you're listening and you can come help me with that, that would be great. Thank you all so much again. This was so fun. Support all those artists, and have a good week ahead of you, and I'll see you next Saturday for the William Listen Along Saturdays. We stream on here for a bunch of other stuff. So there's stuff literally like Monday, Tuesday, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday that we stream on here. It's games. Jonas is playing a game right now. And Jonas and Lane are playing Bloodborne, I think, together. So, and then every Monday is Music Monday, where we're like writing non-Glass Beach songs and like producing them live on stream. We're doing something called Girlfriend Boss, like GF Boss right now, and it's very dancey and funky and fresh and fun. And so check that out on Mondays. On Fridays is usually a full band stream, where right now we're using the Friday streams to record and like produce the Welcome to the Black Parade My Chemical Romance cover that we are doing for our patron suggested cover. If you're interested in that, our Patreon is patreon.com/glassbeachband. As a part of that, you don't get a lot of exclusive stuff. Like generally, it's more of like a sponsorship thing where like if you're, supporting us through Patreon, it allows us to do more stuff that will be accessible to everybody across the board. Our lowest tier is $2, so hopefully that's like something that a lot of people would be able to do without like breaking the bank or anything, but we would appreciate that too. So patreon.com/glassbeachband. When we finish the My Chemical Romance cover, we will then be doing another voting and poll and like everything that all patrons are the only ones who can vote on those. So that's like one of the only exclusive things you get, but you vote on that and it hopefully very democratically decides how we will be doing the next covers and everything. So check all that out. Support all the bands. Do all the business. I'm gonna leave now. Now that I've said it like 4 times. Okay. Let me see here. can always raid shrimps 247. Pink ship, glass. Okay, all right. And I guess I just go to the end screen. Bye.